Today we have the Moto Edg. This is the 2021 version. You may remember the one from last year. It was priced at about $1,000. This particular one, 256 gigs, 108 megapixel camera, is priced at $630. And the 128 version is priced around $550, I believe. So we're gonna unbox this today, take a look at it. Those of you who are looking for a decent Android phone that specs high comparatively to the phones that are $1,000 and above, you're going to want to pay attention to this. So in the box, we have the phone. We have just the cable. Nothing else in there. We have a little bit of a user manual, I'd say, maybe not so much one. That's why a lot of folks do watch YouTube to learn more about their device. I know I watch YouTube a lot for various things to learn how to use something. So 6.8 inches diagonal. You have the 3 camera lenses there. Everything is on the right side. You have your fingerprint sensor as well as a double taps for a shortcut menu. And then you have your volume up and down, and that's also your power button. You have your Type-C. So all in all, it feels very similar to last year's model. Kind of like a Moto 1 as well, which Motorola does have that phone out. A very good phone as well. Feels good in the hand. Decent size. Not too big. My hands aren't that big. But this is decent. We're going to go ahead and turn it on. It's going to say Moto, maybe. I'll listen for it here. Of course, now it's not doing it. Secured by ThinkShield.
Hello, Moto.
Hey, there we go. That's their famous sign. So, good screen. And we're going to take a look at this, getting into the details. But 108 megapixel camera, 144 refresh rate, which is very high for a phone priced at this level. Price-wise, you would say that this is a mid-entry Android phone. But when you look at the specs, you'll definitely see that it's a high-level Android phone. If you have Moto now and you like it, you're going to love this phone. So let's take a look at the specs. All right, here we have the Moto Edg. We are in the screen. You can see very similar, right? Android is Android. So if we were to, let's see here, Squid Game. So fairly fast. You have the button there, or rather the bar. You can actually change that if you wanted. So if you go into here, and then you're going to go a little bit down more, and you're going to go into settings, and then you can do system navigation, and from there you can do your 3 button, and then you'll see it pop down there. So now you have your circle, which brings you home, your square, which brings up your windows, and you can go back this way. You have your contacts, your recents, your favorites, your dial pad. This is 5G. You have your maps, Gmail, YouTube, your calendar. This here, you just click on there and you can go into the calendar that way. And you can also set up alarms through the clock. Just wants us to log in, which I believe is here. So you can, there it is. So you can add an alarm, you can edit. You have your clock, your timer, stopwatch. And then this button here, which is your fingerprint sensor, it also, if you double tap it, set an alarm.
All right, when's the alarm for?
Today at 2 p.m.
There, your alarm's set for 2 p.m.
So you can easily get to things there with shortcuts. Let's see if it does anything with navigation. Where's the nearest McDonald's?
I found a few McDonald's locations near you.
So very simple. Of course, you still have OK Google that you can use as well, and you can set that up with voice. Let's see, you have your settings menu here, which just goes right into all the settings. So this has a 5,000 milliamp battery. This particular one, 256 gigs of internal storage. There is no SD card, so there's no expandable storage. So whatever you buy this with, that's the storage you have. You have 8 gigs of RAM. It does have Android 11. That little arrow there, when you scroll up, it's going to give you all the apps. Of course, with Play Store, you can add any kind of apps you want to do. As always with Android, you hard press on the screen, you're going to see a menu pop up. And on that menu, if you wanted to select widgets, and then from there, let's say calendar, we hold it down, we can put it there. Now it's going to change your screen here based on how big you want this calendar to be. Then you can also get rid of it. So there it was, remove. Then we hard press again. Then we can look at more widgets. You can also do wallpapers. You can change up styles. You can look at home settings. So allow home screen rotation, app label to rows. So just like Android has always been, you can heavily customize it. Hold down on this, drag it down. If you didn't want that there, you can just remove it. There we go. You can add another window. If you do this and you come over here, and then if you don't want this window, you can take this app and bring it back over. So it's very seamless. Let's see, what else do we have here? Basketball championships.
Recurring sports events frequently mentioned on the web include the NCAA Men's Division I Basketball Tournament, the NCAA Women's Division I Basketball Tournament, the NBA Finals, and others.
And it's talking to me because I talked to it. So if you didn't want that, obviously you could just type in what you want and hit search just like normal. So we go back here. But all in all, it's a great phone. I mean, for a $630 price point, I mean, gosh, the entry-level iPhone, if we were to look at Apple, you're looking at about $610, I believe, and then it's $810. So well, $710 for the mini, then $810. So this one is right there, and look how big that screen is. Look how much room you have on that. That camera bump does protrude out, so you will definitely want some sort of case, because if you put it down like this, you can see how it's catering to that one side because of that camera bump. So I definitely recommend some sort of case. As we often do, we will typically put our phone down like this or like this, and having a case with the lip on the front and then to protect the camera on the back, it's really going to help, because if this were to get damaged, that is not a manufacturer's defect. That would be, hopefully you have insurance to replace the phone at that point. So highly recommend insurance or case, tempered glass, that type of protection. You have your Type-C and you have your SIM card tray right there. Speakers are actually really good. I don't know how good it will come through. And that's how you can delete Windows. Let's see here how good it will sound. Now, it doesn't say exactly the details of that, but really, as long as it powers on and you see light coming from the screen, that's powered on. So if it's a black screen, you don't see any light emitting, then it's not powering on. That guy's handsome, right? So yeah, I don't know how clearly that came through on your end, but it is a very good speaker, and you have your volume up and down. So I noticed this too, if you're going up, there's a little button right here, and then when putting that on, it actually allows for captions. So captions appear when speech is detected. So let's say that you didn't have your captions on for the YouTube channel and you're playing it. That's amazing that this phone cracked, damaged, still turning on, battery not swollen. I could still get $800 for it. And that's a current customer with that particular wireless provider. So a lot of them have listened. So you'll see it has the captions here from YouTube, but hitting that button put the captions right there, and you can adjust that. You can move it down. Say if we didn't want it anymore, it would actually to us where out. We want to stay with that provider. If we take it, don't want to switch. That's always a hassle. Although it's better than it has been. Yes, you keep your same phone number. If you were to change that, they fixed that a long time ago, which is great. So all in all, a good phone for you Android folks out there. Maybe not married to Samsung. I mean, would this be a phone you would consider? Would this be something you can see yourself using? Maybe not. Although, gosh, I mean, 8 gigs of RAM, that's pretty fast. I was going to say maybe not for your heavy phone user. However, maybe it would work. 108 megapixel. It is IPX2 rated in terms of water resistance. And what that means is it has a level 3 water resistance rating. It can survive drops of water falling on it while being tilted at a 15-degree angle. The device is tested 4 times in 4 positions, and the amount of water resistance corresponds to 3 millimeters per minute of rainfall. So obviously in Florida, we do see a lot of rain. That's always a question asked. How's the water resistance? This water resistance is low, but as always with anything technology, I always say pretend like it's not water resistant, because you just don't want to take that chance. That's not going to be a manufacturer's defect either. You would have to file under insurance and hope that you have that. So let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Would this be an Android that you could see yourself using? Camera-wise, of course, not really given anything too much to look at, but in terms of your settings, you do have quite a bit available here. So when you scroll up, you've got that menu there. So that's your backup, which again, it's all Google related, so it wants us to sign in with a Google account. So your photo, your video. So 108 megapixels, you can really zoom in. Switch to night vision. My hand's a little shaky. It's probably not coming out too good in terms of doing it with a camera. But all in all, a really good phone. Love to get your feedback. And as always, subscribe, like, and share, and make it a great day.